How's it going, guys? It's your boy, Salty Uchiha, red-haired Kaneki, 2/3 of the Golden Triangle, since you're still out in the woods somewhere. Anime Late Night Podcast, yeah. And we're here to have a small discussion video talking about Evil Morty, being that Season 3, Episode 1 will be airing Sunday. This is currently Friday. We thought about this season, it's been kind of spoken that we might actually find a little bit more about Evil Morty this year, or this season, I'm sorry. So we're going to try to bounce an idea off of you and tell us and see what you guys think. Who do we think Evil Morty is? I'll go ahead and start the ball off while Red Hair Kaneki kind of contemplates.
Rick? Who's all this Morty?
That's funny. It's all right, Morty. Just pass me the beer. Anyway. Alright, so Evil Morty. Alright, so I've heard a lot of really great theories, and I think, even though I don't know because I haven't had a chance to check his channel since like day before yesterday, but I think Matt Pack from Game Theory actually just put a theory out. I really should go and look that out, go and take a look at that, but I gotta come up with my own thoughts first. So as it pertains to Evil Morty, I'm thinking that Evil Morty it's very possible that he's Rick's original Morty. Now I know a lot of you are like, yo, we've already heard this, so on and so forth, and you're right. Let me continue though. With that being said, I think the reason why Evil Morty is the way he is I'm thinking that he was either hurt, injured, killed, or Rick purposely tried to make him smarter in Rick's original timeline. Now keep in mind, the Morty that we're with now says he was born, 14, 15 years ago? Rick walked out, quote unquote, on his daughter like 20 plus years ago. So obviously times don't match up. I won't go into too much detail. Let's just kind of just work off that. With that being said, that's what the Morty that he has now. I'm thinking his original Morty was the Morty that we saw in the Evil Morty episode when they were showing him glimpses of his memories, and that when he saw baby Morty who lifted his hands up to be picked up and Rick started to cry. I think that's his original Morty. Now, there's a couple different ways of looking at this. One, that Morty got killed, which would fucking suck. That would suck bad. Two, he got injured and Rick turned him into a cyborg or an android of some type, which would kind of explain the whole circuits in his eye. Three, Rick purposely made him smarter. Like the time that he was able to spend with that Morty, he made sure he was intelligent. He made sure that he really educated him and he really put a lot of time and effort into him so he would come out more like himself. And somewhere down the line, there was some type of problem, some type of conflict, wherever the case was, and Rick had to bounce on him. Not necessarily like Lincoln Hitler, but you know what you kind of get what I'm saying. Or Morty got injured severely and he tried to save him, and maybe Morty died and he thought that's what happened, and he just left and jumped, and come to find out he wasn't dead. Those are kind of the way I'm looking at it. Now, granted, things are kind of finicky and you got to really like put a lot of the details together, and I'm kind of doing this on the fly, so I might do a follow-up to this video later, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. And also, I can't remember what universe Rick says he's from. I don't know if it's like 139 or whatever it is, but I can't remember exactly the number at the moment. But it's very possible also that that's not actually Rick's actual universe. That's not actually where he's from. And one of the things that I know a lot of people have been talking about, and I agree, is the whole thing with his with his portal gun. Because when he got captured by Evil Rick, and then he got brought in front of the council. Well, when he got brought in front of the council and they kind of, went through and looked at all of his jumps, Rick said that it would have been easy for someone to tamper with his gun. So either one of two things. Evil Morty has been keeping an eye on Rick, or Rick has been keeping an eye out on Evil Morty. And so either one or the other have been following each other for a number of time just to keep an eye on each other. It'd be interesting to see how that transgression goes, if that is the case. I had one more piece of evidence, or at least I thought it was going to be good evidence.
I could back you up on that. I do agree with you. I think it is. It might have been his original Morty. Because if you think about it though, when they first went to the Council of Rick, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have all these Mortys. Like it would make more sense that Rick know about all this beforehand because he already had a Morty before the current Morty.
I think he's had a couple Mortys before this morning.
Yeah. So that would make sense.
And we saw that gag about here. Want to get a voucher for a free Morty? He's like, yeah, I'll take that shit. Oh, that was another thing that should be brought up. I saw this in a post, and it kind of makes sense to what I'm saying. You're actually gonna pull off. Once we get up to the light, you're gonna take that left. All right. Is the fact that remember when we saw Evil Morty and or Evil Rick have that huge dome of Mortys, and he was torturing them to hide his brainwaves and whatnot. And Rick said, "Oh, well, this is overkill. You know, you could do the same thing with a battery and 5 or 10 Mortys or whatever the case was." And then if you go back and look at the screen, go back to Rick's flashbacks, you see that Morty getting electrocuted. It could possibly also fall into that category. I don't know if that's a reach, but it's interesting. I have to say, I really think that our Morty is just one of many, and I think I'm starting to feel like that's the reason why Morty is getting more and more pissed off currently, because I think slowly but surely he's going to come to the realization that he isn't Rick's only Morty. He's had others, and or evil Morty actually told him, because there's a lot that we didn't see on screen. But is it possible that evil Morty might have schooled our Morty to some shit like, hey, you're expendable, you're one of many, yada yada yada? And because you got to admit that Morty for a little while has been an asshole, a fucking asshole. And as we've seen in the April Fool's episode, Rick passes dude a gun, and then they start berating him, and he shoots Rick in the fucking head like, "Die, bitch!" Oh man, it's my bad. I'm trying to keep this PG. So, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious that Morty's starting to get to his breaking point.
Yeah. So, what episode was it that the evil Morty stuff happened? Was it in season 2?
It was in season 2.
Like what? Like mid episode?
I couldn't tell you for sure. My bad. I should have come way more prepared.
Yeah, because like from now on, you see Morty kind of change a little bit in this way of seeing things, and like you said in the April Fool episode, he seemed to know more stuff about Rick than you.
He's one to let on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But keep in mind though, the universe they're in currently, it isn't theirs. Remember, they jumped in right when that current Rick and Morty got blown up.
Yeah.
So now, with that being said, let me interject something really fast. If any of you guys have ever seen Jet Li's The One, is it possible that when you kill off a Morty, or you kill off a version of yourself dies, that his or her memories and even abilities would transfer amongst the others? And if that's the case, then what do you think is going on? Is it possible that Morty's slowly but surely learning more and more about his Rick as another Morty get killed? And that leads me to one more thing. When you look at the dome where all of those Mortys were being held above, yes, we understand that evil Rick and Morty have been killing people for a while. But so now you have an abundance of Mortys in circulation that can be used. But then, like I said before that, we saw the whole gag about you could get a spare Morty, like a voucher Morty. So why is it that we have this crazy overabundance? Keep going. This crazy overabundance of Mortys compared to Ricks. It's obvious that Ricks aren't dying. So are Ricks giving up their Mortys, kind of like they're doing with their Jerrys, like at that Jerry daycare? So, what do you know? Any thoughts on that?
Or could possibly they be mass producing Morty?
Oh, like genetically altered?
Yeah.
Watch out. Oh, like you think actually like altering Mortys? That could make sense. Wow. That right there was all off the fly, because that was definitely not expected. Keep going all the way to the end. Wow, that's kind of scary, actually. Just mass producing Mortys and shit.
Just mass producing Morty for their own use.
It's possible. So, and now if you think about it too, since evil Morty blended in with all the other Mortys all the way up to the end, it's very possible that he might be starting to build a rebellion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could have his own.
Do you think he could possibly extend his invitation out to the current Morty?
I think that's if he's the Rickest of all Ricks, then yeah, he's probably the one that he wants to kill the most. And more importantly, if it's true that is his original Rick, then that's the one he's going to want to kill anyway.
True.
It works. It kind of falls into favor no matter what. I'll get Spark over here. Yeah, anything you want to add to that though? Like, so a lot of this was, the first part of it was planned, the rest of it was kind of off the cuff.
Yeah. I think so.
All right, well, So that's how we feel about that. Let us know what you guys think. I'm glad I was able to keep this under 15 minutes because that should have been long as hell. But tell us what you guys think. You kind of feeling what we're saying. I'll probably do a follow-up after I see Matt Pack's video because I really want to see it. Because, he goes into in-depth with a lot of that. And then I'll send it to you also, and then we'll make a follow-up. But, like I said, I think it's Sunday. Rick and Morty Season 3 starts up. So it should be dope. And that's it, man. I guess we'll holler at you guys later.
Yeah.
MLA Night Podcast. Later, people.
Peace.